So what made me want to tell the story, besides the fact that I already knew I kind of was going to tell the story, but tonight gave me confirmation to tell this story, okay? And the reason why I said that is because almost an hour ago, I was outside post-concert ordering some food because I was starving. And I hear some girls walk by and they're all gleeful, telling us some, oh, we should see NLE Choppa next. I guess he's going back on tour. I think I saw that. Like, I got an email from like Spotify, be like, yo, since you're such a fan, careful with how you use those words there, okay, buddy? Okay. I don't think I will ever go see that man show ever again after the first one I had, okay? Okay. Yeah. So, like, literally in my head, I'm said, I'm gonna put this in a vault and I'm gonna put this out as a PSA, okay? Save your money. I feel like at this point in the year, I have gone to so many shows by myself. I think it is more fun when you just share the experience. At first, I tried to invite my boy best friend. He was kind of like iffy, and I need this like event to make it out of the chat. So like, you know, I kind of just let him do what he wanted to do. I say, hey, you want to see NLE Choppa? He's not getting excited or anything. He's just like, yeah, I guess that's something I can do. I asked my homegirl from job one, I was like, hey girl, like, you want to come to the show with me? And she's in like an unfortunate situation with regarding like her romantic life, her financial life, and stuff like that. Things that I'm not going to go into detail on here. And she was just, she wanted to go, but it was just kind of like logistics of like how she gonna like pay for it and stuff like that, something like that. Like, so I offered to pay. I was just like, know what, don't worry about it, it's my treat, you deserve, you know, to have a fun night on the town, don't worry about it and stuff like that. Because I wanted her to have her ticket on her phone, so when we show it at the venue they could just scan her phone, I sent her the money for the ticket, right? And then I was just like, bet, me and my homegirl are gonna go and it's gonna be so fun. Probably like the night before the show. She's not replying to me and I'm not about to chase her down either. My throat was dry, y'all. But I'm not about to chase her down either. Like, she's like, this is not like someone who's like in my peer group. Like, this particular friend, she is like 10 years my senior. I just kind of expect, like, you know what the girlies say, at your big age, you can speak up for yourself and say like, hey, I don't want to go, da 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 da, and it's just fine, I'll just change my plans. But like, don't just not say anything, right? While I'm texting my friend, let's call her Jade, while I'm texting Jade and I'm not hearing anything back from Jade, I'm currently at this point in the story at my sister's house. Like, we have like random sleepovers all the time and stuff like that. And I'm telling her that, like, you know, I'll be leaving tonight because I have a concert, so I won't be staying the full night. And she was just like, oh, you're going to a concert? Like, you never invite me to stuff like that. It's just like, oh, I wish I could go. I was just like, well, honestly, like, you can come if you know, get your ticket. I know it sounds dirty, right? It's just like, why did you give Jade money for a ticket and not your sister? I didn't have money at this point to give my, like, to buy my sister her ticket. I'm sorry, I look like a cruddy sister now, but like, the money was already spoken for. It was spoken for Jade. Like, Jade has the money. I can't control that situation, unfortunately. So my sister is really excited and she's like yay and stuff like that, because like this is her first concert, and honestly, for it to be NLE Choppa is like a very good introduction show in my opinion. I think that's a bit more like her pace. Like, she knows who NLE Choppa is. She's gonna be surrounded by what I thought was going to be our people, her people, all that stuff, da 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 da. Okay, my sister is at the show. She agrees. She gets dressed. She puts on her finest hoochie fit. Then she takes me to my house so I could put on my finest hoochie fit. I put on a lingerie top that's like Savage as Fenty. I forget what bottoms I'm wearing, but basically I'm dressing with the impression that this is going to give like Freaknik vibes. Like, we all know what NLE Choppa rap about. We're not going to act slow, or we're not going to pretend like I'm not understanding the vibes, because I understood the vibes. I don't know what's going on. We decided to take an Uber to the venue because I didn't want us to worry about parking. So we go there probably, I believe, maybe an hour. I want to say an hour or 30 minutes before doors open. And it's because I really like to be up front. So I made us go a bit early. And my sister's not a big fan of this. She's just like, why are we just standing around here? And I was like, well, girl, the doors haven't opened. Like I said before, this is my sister's first time going to a concert. So she's not used to like all the etiquette and the unwritten rules and stuff like that. Like, if you want to get a good spot, you have to come early, and a whole bunch of other stuff that we will have to go over. We will have to go over once we get inside the damn venue. So we're standing there, and she's just kind of bored, and she's kind of irritated that we're just, you know, waiting for the doors to open and stuff like that. Also, because the venue entrance is small, they have us like split in these like weird lines, and she was thinking like it was unfair how like the lines is being split up. But it's just like, girl, we're here early. We're all going to the same place. Like, calm down. While we're also online, I guess I'm not paying attention, but some girl comes up to me, and I guess she's like, not like really close to my face, but she's able to be in my face enough to look at me and then just walk away. And my sister, you know, she's the kind of person that likes to stay ready so she don't have to get ready. So she was just like, are you just gonna let that girl do that? Like, she just really walked up on you and you didn't do nothing, da 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 da. And I'm just like, huh? Maybe she just looking for somebody. And she was like, no, that's not what she was trying to do, da 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 da. And I'm just like, I'm not trying to like be on 10. I don't think that girl had like any animosity towards me or anything. Like, I don't know, y'all can, I don't even have enough details to give you. Like, that was literally the interaction. The girl came up, looked at my face, and then walked away. That sounded like somebody who was looking for, like, maybe she thought she knew me, or maybe she thought I was somebody that she was looking for. That is how quick and very succinct the interaction was. It didn't have to be that deep, but for my sister, it was really that deep. She was just like, no, like, that's not right. Da, da, da. I was like, well, what we gonna call my sister? What's my sister gonna be now? Tia. Actually, she's gonna be more Tamara. It's more similar to her name. She's Tamara. I was like, Tamara, it's over. Okay, it doesn't matter anymore. The girl left. Da da da. And she was just like, okay, but when bitch trying to pluck you out, da da da, not trying to say nothing to me. And I didn't say anything to her. I didn't ask her to try to read into this situation and defend me. She is creating this narrative in her head. And that is when the situation, I thought to myself, that was just like, oh my God, I wish I didn't invite her. Oh my God.
Like, I'm just fed the fuck up. I can't take another minute of this bullshit. Oh, that's why 95% of the time I'm by myself.
All this trouble, like this is one of the things that I enjoy about going to concerts by myself, is that I don't really have to deal, and it sounds very Capricorn moon of me, but I don't have to deal with other people's emotions and their anxieties and all that other stuff like that. It's just me. I just sit there, I wait, I go into the venue, I have a good time, I go home. It's never really that deep at shows, for real, for real. I don't know why this is all happening. While we're standing in this line, I'm gonna tell you, y'all, the yap monster took over me, and I was just going on and on. But basically, standing in line, there was just a bunch of white people there, And this is not uncommon for rap concerts. I just thought that for this particular artist, there was going to be a specific vibe, especially considering his other bodies of work. This specific group of white people is giving like AP lit. They all look like children, which really like made me concerned. Because while I am wearing like a black lingerie top, so it's not showing every single thing, it's still lace. And I still feel nude. There's no sexy black people. There it's don't you know, it used to be a sound on TikTok where it was just like, it came from The Office and it's like, where are all the hot people? I was told that there would be a bunch of singles, and as far as I'm the best looking person here, that's how I felt. But like, switch hot people with black people, like it was not enough black people there, bruh. It was very concerning. And is there something that is this something that not translating to me about like NLE Choppa fan base? And maybe they just have baby faces, but even if they had baby faces, it was not dudes who look like 50 Cent would, oh my God. It just was not giving what I thought it was. I thought I was gonna be throwing it back on somebody. And baby, that wasn't even the cherry on top of this whole weird situation. Eventually we get inside the venue. Me and my sister get a drink. My sister buys us the drink, and we're cooling and stuff like that. You know, I'm actually enjoying that we're here together. I preface like a couple of like etiquette tours to my sister, right? Y'all could put your own concert etiquettes in the comments, but this is just mine. I told her that you kind of need to protect your spot. Like, people will be cutting in, cutting around, try to get to the front and stuff like that. Like, you stood here for 30 minutes, 45 minutes to an hour, like, to get this spot. Like, you need to like protect your spot. And I don't know if she actually heard that part. I don't know. The DJ came on pretty early to hype up the crowd, and for a while it was giving like club vibes. And it was nice. Like, my sister was having a good time. She was really excited. She was just like, oh my God, like NLE, that's about to come out. And the DJ set goes on for like an hour, and she was just like how long do we wait? And I was just like, honestly, I'm kind of with you on this one. Doors have already opened, so maybe it's like 7 to 8. That means right now it's about 8 or 9. And I'm just like, you know, shows usually end around 10 and 11, so it's just like, what's going on? I'm also thinking questions too. There's like some people behind us, were like chatting with them here and there, and my sister's really excited. She was like, this is my first show and this is my sister, stuff like that. Like, basically that's her vibe. Like, she's just so excited to be there, and I'm just happy for her. At a certain point, the DJ set is going on for 2 hours at this point, right? My back is hurting, my feet is hurting. There's no opener. I don't even know who the opener is supposed to be. I'm really confused. So I get like a tap on my shoulder, and I look back, and it's a lady smiling. It's a black lady. She's smiling at me and stuff like that. She was just like, hey, I was just wondering, like, I don't know if she was asking specifically if her and her son could come in front of me, or if her son himself could come in front of me, right? Because he's short and he cannot see. My instinct was to say no, and I said no. Send me to Gotham jail because I'm a bad guy, but like, no. And I said, like, you know, we stood in line, we got here early, and I'm just sorry, right? And she was just like, okay, right? Mind you, this little boy looked like 11 years old. Yeah. I know I said earlier that the white people there look like teenagers. You know, that could be 16, 17, 18, 19, right? But 11, this man, do I need to repeat this man's lyrics? Why is this little boy here? Why did you bring this little boy here? And then asking me, can he get in the front? And then also I'm kind of feeling like almost a little guilty after I said no, because maybe they're relatives of him. But I was just like, no. If they were relatives, they would have been like backstage, or they would have been in the balcony. They would have had those special seats. Like, no, I don't think so. So the lady is still like hovering around like me and my sister's area, and I'm like still trying to tell my sister, you need to protect your spot, because I was like, she's going to try to push that little boy in between you and these other people, and then they're going to be in front of you. And she's still dancing like a lemur from Madagascar, not paying attention to her surroundings, and the little boy actually do kind of get in front of her, right? So while the DJ is still going and my sister is still here, we're almost approaching the 3rd hour of the DJ set. No opener has came out yet. Basically, they're talking shit about me behind me, saying that like, oh, all you had to do was just scoot up, move over, da 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 da, because I didn't let that boy in front of me. I genuinely believe if people had integrity, he would not be here. I would get popped in my mouth for singing nasty little songs when I was a child. And I carry that with me to this day. Now, I don't think he should get popped or something like that, but I just don't think he should be here. So, like, besides that, besides the fact that I got here early, I stood in line early. I'm not even, it was my spot. You asked me a question, I said no. People don't like boundaries these days. Like, damn. Like, what happened to respect? Just like, motherfuckers don't know how to accept no, and that's really disturbing. That is really disturbing within that's why we live in a, what that girl said on that car, we live in a low trust society. Anyway, let me drink my 1A. So he's talking shit and I'm getting irate, because I'm just like, I'm saying to my sister, I was just like, I know he's not talking shit, da da da, because it's like, it's my spot, we was here first, da 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 da, and you asked me a question. It's basically the same thing I said to you guys, I said to her. She's still dancing like a Madagascar lemur, da da da, like King Julian. She's doing her King Julian. The little boy get pushed up front, and yeah, there's still no opener. My sister is getting tired and she has like work in the morning, something like that, so she does leave the show early. Yep, she paid for a show that she technically did not see, right? But I don't know, me, I'm committed to the bit. I'm gonna see this man come out one hour or another, but it was quite purgatory waiting, right? I have listened to Party in the USA about 5 times that night, because the DJ did not know what else to play, because the DJ set was 3 hours when he was just supposed to hype up probably for 30 minutes to an hour. Then the opener was supposed to come out eventually around 10 something. Well, even before that, like each minute, each repeated song that goes by, and it pisses me off, and like even the people around me are getting pissed off. I started recording it and drafting the videos in my TikTok, because I was gonna like put a fucking video. I been was gonna snitch. I been was gonna tell somebody about this awful experience, and it didn't come in during that time, but it will come now. Okay, eventually the opener comes out. They screamed his name, and everybody, like some people around is like screaming, like they're excited, like they know who this person is. I don't know who this person is. I'm kind of nervous to say the name of the artist, because I don't know if this artist was on the full tour with NLE, or if he was just in that city specifically, because apparently he's very popular where I'm from, right? Don't know this man. And what Kiki Palmer said, and if I saw him on the street, I wouldn't even know his name. And in fact, I would not know his name because he came on stage looking so freaking ordinary. Like, what? The fit was not giving. Anyway, I mean, I know can I be talking? I'm the bitch who came there with a freaking Savage X Fenty lingerie top. Button up to the top. But it's just like, I'm not here performing. And the funny part is someone said, oh, like, he's a teenager or something like that. And they were just like, oh, Salvador, you're bullying a high schooler. Okay. Whatever. But this person, they're just like, what can I put? Oh my God. I feel like I'm going to still say where I'm from if I start naming these other artists. Okay. Imagine someone within the same peer group as like Jen Carter, Kyle Rich. It's like 41, like they're in that peer group basically, right? Because I don't even know if this actual artist is actually in high school or whatever. Because like who like he would have school on a Monday. Why is he rapping to us? But he's in that peer group and he kind of does who's that guy who got popular from doing that No Love song and it had like that little, you know, that little dance. But basically he do samples like that, right? So he was doing a Keisha Cole song, right? And I was just like, oh, like he's gonna rap over this and stuff like that. No, he doesn't rap over it. He just sings Keisha Cole's song. And he sounds horrible. He didn't sound good. Why are you singing Keisha Cole's? You come up here late. You're singing Keisha Cole's song and you're not Keisha Cole. Like, what? I paid for this? Oh, God. So, eventually he gets off the stage. His set wasn't very long. And then we still had to wait like 30 more minutes for NLE to come. It was pissing me off. Then NLE Choppa eventually does come on stage. He come on stage, he has a nice outfit on, but he can't really perform because he lost his voice. Oh my God, somebody probably, like, I'm never gonna have a chance with NLE Choppa, I guess. I guess I will never be his type because it's just like, you'd be like, oh my God, she's a hater. Told people not to come to my show. Well, maybe if you give me some money, we'll be even. So if y'all don't see this post on my YouTube channel no more, I sold out to NLE Choppa for an undisclosed amount of funds. But yeah, you should have not tried to, like, I get it. Some people just be like, oh, the show must go on. But no, you should have just canceled the show. I would have had my refund and then I would have been fine. Yeah, we would have been even before, but yeah. The whole concert was just, felt like this improv. It felt like an SNL skit of what was supposed to be an NLE Choppa show. Here's where the title comes in. I know y'all probably was just like, first of all, thought you probably fought your friend. Thought you was gonna fight your sister. Probably thought I was gonna fight the lady who brought her 11-year-old son to a goddamn NLE Choppa concert and then try to make a grown man beef with me because I said no to you. Okay. No, I was even the one who got into a fight. There was these two young ladies, and I don't know why this always happens to me. And I say always because this is not the first time this has happened to me at a concert. But yeah, the first time it happened, there was like these, like a gay guy and this girl arguing at the Ice Spice concert. And I was just like, baddies. Can we get along? Can we? So this time, no, the baddies could not get along at the NLE Choppa show. At first they just were shoving each other and I was just like, what is going on here? And then they literally started like fist fighting. And I was like, I guess for dramatics, like, how am I just gonna describe these women? They were both like plus size women, and One was like kind of smaller and she kind of looked like a Latina. The other girl, I mean, it's a dark concert. I can't, like, the only reason why I remember the girl was a Latina is because I saw her when the lights were on and they've been beside me for a while. You know, when you have like your little section, you kind of have little markers of like the people who are next to you so you know if you still have your spot or not. You know, let me know if you do that too when you're at shows, to like clock your spot, to know if somebody's all up in your, like, your spot is moving or somebody's new in this section or whatever. Like, no, this was that girl's spot, that was that guy's spot. Like, you're encroaching on our space. Like, I don't know, I'm very communal like that. So that's the only reason why I remember is like a short, like, kind of red hair Latina girl. And I also particularly remember her because she was the one who was getting she was getting her ass beat. It was actually kind of, if that was me in this situation, I would be very mortified, because not only was like the other girl who I can't give you a description, I guess I'll make up a description, she's also plus size, and I think she had a bun and maybe a brown top. So brown top girl, or bun girl, we'll go with bun girl. Bun girl basically got the redhead Latina girl in a headlock, from what I remember. And because she had her in a headlock, all of like the contents of her purse spilled out. And as she's proceeding to get her ass beat, she is also getting robbed because a whole bunch of people who were also in this section just start picking up her stuff. It was horrible. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to that girl.
She put that bitch in the headlock.
Eventually they start the show back up again, but it's still like not much of a show. Well, I guess it is. Like, you know, it's people on stage and they're performing. Like, it's as bare minimum as a show gets, right? Eventually they said, oh, we're gonna do a twerk contest, and this contest takes up the majority of the end of the show. So first he has his opening songs, he's barely performing them. Then the fight happens, which I guess they can just feel lucky that the fight happens, because, you know, we still paid to be here. This is still your run time. And then we have the twerk off. Mind you, I went to another show that had a twerk off. Ice Spice had a twerk off, but the thing is, the twerk off was people from the crowd. They did not have people from the crowd. Like, it's not like, oh, like, I select this person as tribute and you go in the Hunger Games of the booty battle. No, it was pre-selected girls. And you know they were there for a twerk off because they were dressed for a twerk off. One girl had on freaking gymnastics clothes. Like, what is this? I'm in a manufactured reality right now. The girls are twerking, and honestly, I think there was a injustice that occurred. The very first girl who went to do the twerk off, I could tell she had some like dance or cheer experience, because she was elegant, she was flexible, she really set the bar. She set the bar that it wasn't just ass shaking, it was finesse, it was charisma, it was a lot of things. They had another gymnast girl there. She was able to twerk in a handstand. They had one thick girl. She had a fat ass and she was basically in like lingerie. And I think that's what got her through the most. But yeah, the first girl, she should have won. She didn't really have much booty, and I feel like that's why she probably lost. But no, she was doing her thing, and I really wish she won. Like, I'm still, you know, girl, even though you lost to, like, on NLE stage that day, you won my heart, baby girl. I'm just gonna let you know that right now, okay? The white girl who could twerk in a handstand won against the girl with the super fat ass that was thick, that was wearing lingerie. And yeah, basically, so then that end, and then he performs the "If I Was a Bad Bitch, I Would Fuck Me Too." Like, he was performing that song again, but at that point he had already performed that song. He performed the same song twice. He performed no Cottonwood songs. Unless that song was on there, he performed no Cottonwood song. Actually, no. I don't even think that song is on there. I think that song is on Slut Season. See, this is how much a part of the NLE Choppa lore I'm in. And the thing is, even with Slut Season, there's like 5 renditions of I don't want to say or what is the, oh my god, I forgot the name of the song, but I'll put it here. Like, and this is how you know I haven't listened to him as much recently. You know, it was kind of like a phase, I guess. He's still fine as hell, right? I've seen people on TikTok say that, like, oh my god, he's so fine, he should be a model. And I think that might be his thing. I don't expect artists to be perfect, right? I don't expect them to just be like on a little platter, you can't make no mistakes. But that was a show worth canceling, in my opinion. That was worth a refund. But I guess I saw as a fight, and that's it for my prize over a soundtrack. Somebody's gonna be like, you can't get that anywhere else, I guess. Look at me rationalizing my own capitalistic abuse. But yeah, basically after the twerk off, I already told myself that I was gonna leave a little early. Sometimes it's hard to leave venues. As a girl who got stranded twice, different story times, different days. As I exit the crowd and I'm at the very back of the crowd and technically the entrance to the venue, I notice, and I know it sounds horrible, it's gonna sound like I'm mean, I bought tickets to the show. Nobody forced me to go here. For the way how people were getting unchy in the pit, there was nobody in the back. We could have been all spread out and would have a very humane experience at that show, because it wasn't packed. The venue wasn't packed. I don't want to say it was empty, but it wasn't packed for the amount of people that was going crazy, asking if they could bust and fighting and stuff like that. It wasn't worth it. We all could have been spaced out. Like, it didn't give what I thought. It didn't give what they thought. Everybody's going crazy. Okay. So I go outside and I think I was waiting for an Uber. My Uber canceled on me. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Like, please, when y'all like leave these venues, like, please always have a backup plan. Make sure your phone is always charged. I know, like, we are socially awkward people because we literally grew up on the internet. We do not know how to compute in real life, and Elon Musk want to put a digital worm in our brain to, I guess, make that right. But like, don't get the digital worm in your brain. Just charge up your phone, talk to people, and it's okay. It's okay, y'all. Okay, but like, I've been in too many situations when I was basically out on the street and I did not know what I was gonna do, and I was nowhere near a train station, so I needed to get home. But there was a weird taxi man outside, and he was just like, I'll take you home. Obviously, I'm still alive, guys, so nothing crazy happened to me. He took me home like he said, and I paid him in the method that I said I could pay him in, which is Apple Pay. But if you did like this story, I know I may have been all over the place, and we'll see how it comes out after I edit. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I do want to know like if y'all do actually like this video, and especially when I plan on doing other videos kind of around these topics about when I go out and I do these like little concert live music situations. I want to know, like, what was your favorite part? Have you also had like a bad concert experience? Have you ever seen NLE Choppa? Was he good or was he bad? You ever seen a fight at a concert? Just spill the tea. Tell me your own tea. You know, I'm gonna take this makeup off my face, but you guys have a good night, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.